For those who might be new on our channel, here we talk about sales, sales techniques, sales leadership, and so on. And in this regard, the numbers are important and can actually be used as a powerful sales argument if used correctly. Although many of us don't like numbers, the whole world revolves around them. Even the rotation of Earth itself is defined by a number. One day, which is divided into 24 hours, and so on into minutes, etc. Numbers are everywhere around us, and we simply can't avoid them even if we don't like them at all. Numbers and mathematics are said to be a universal language that could even allow us to communicate with potential intelligent extraterrestrial beings. Many people don't like mathematics because they don't feel comfortable with the numbers, although this is often just an excuse. When the conversation turns to money, suddenly everyone can handle numbers and at least basic calculations. At the same time, many people are unable to imagine anything without numbers. Let's go to the business.
Sales and Marketing Guru presents 5-minute sales lessons.
In every offer, there is at least one number, the amount of money that needs to be paid if we want to purchase the offered items. This number can be crucial for the success of the offer, so it's worth paying more attention to it. When reviewing offers, most people initially focus on this number. If it's too high, we'll reject the offer right away, even if it may offer the most and might even be the most favorable among all the available options. However, we often reject it. Why? This is because we tend to focus on the basic information, the data that interests us the most, which is the final price. However, in this final price, there may be something included that we would have to pay extra for in competing proposals, making the overall cost even higher elsewhere. In our videos, we don't want to focus on how to buy, but rather on the fact that we always have to show the buyer what they want to see in a way that is meaningful, familiar, and above all, acceptable to them. Since we often find ourselves in a role of buyers, it makes sense to think about what we see when we buy something. Would we decide to accept an offer that seems more expensive than others at first glance? Most likely not. From this, we can quickly learn that most of the buyers make decisions based on a single piece of information, the final price. Let's look further. If we have the opportunity, which we usually get during a meeting, we can present the final price to the buyer differently. Through calculations, we can show them how we calculated this price, which factors influence its calculation, and what we took into account when making the calculation. Of course, we should also indicate all the benefits we offered to the buyer, which are also included in the final price. Of course, it is advisable to take advantage of the price minimization strategy by presenting it in installments or even a price per unit if the proposal includes a larger quantity of individual items or services. This is especially effective when we are more competitively priced in the market. This strategy is particularly useful for proposals that involve a larger quantity of the individual items or services, since the price per item or unit represents a significantly smaller number than a total sum. Let's present some examples of such individual items. Square meter or foot in real estate. Per day per person for vacation packages. Seconds in a radio advertisement, etc. You can also add some of your own ideas. Conclusion. Therefore, the focus should be on how we calculated the price and which benefits we included in its calculation. This way, we also provide additional information about the advantages the buyer gains by accepting our proposed offer. This sales tactic should be used primarily with people for whom we are almost certain are numbers driven, which of course we try to assess in the conversation before it leads to an offer. This example is, for instance, a good indicator of why we shouldn't already be selling in the first meeting, but rather should primarily use it for getting to know each other. Given that you stayed with me until the end of this video, I assume you are interested in the topics of sales. Therefore, I can recommend a nice book that you can order through the links provided in the description of this video and in this channel. This is all for this video. You can check our other videos. One might be here and another one somewhere here. And if you like what we do here, please, of course, consider subscribing. Thank you for watching till the end.